think it's fair.
All right, round 2, game 1. Let's give it another shot. Here we go. Immediate startup. Love to see it. Doo-doo. All right. I hope we might end up seeing similar bands, but I don't know. All right, so Onino can do. This is always the hardest part of the stream. Is you don't want to start talking too early about bands, and they're doing the same bands with a bunch of jerks. What am I supposed to talk about?
You know what? How about instead of talking, I just find the picture and share it.
I'm scared. All right.
It's okay because it's league related.
All right.
I found real life Tarek.
It might just be a picture of me. I don't know.
Hang on.
Alright. The only bands, just so everybody's
Real life
curious,
Tarek.
the only bands that change this time are we have a Corky band instead of the I don't remember. But Corky was banned this time. Corky is widely considered the number 1 AD carry at the moment, so definitely a strong band. So what do we see for actual laners? We see... It's a little bit too ambiguous to call anything, but Gangplank is a pretty strong laner. Do we have our picture up? Hey, look at that! That is... I don't know. Tarek's a little too manly for Hello Kitty Terror. just a little bit. And where's the Ugg boots? It's close.
Anyway.
All right. Oh my goodness. All right, so Taylor, let's talk about some of these picks. Talk to me about Gangplank and his place in the meta right now.
I don't feel like Gangplank has a solid place in the meta right now because there's too many champions that can do better than what he could do. I think that DCB is going to make him AP and troll everyone with oranges. I think that's what's going on here.
You think so? You think we're going to see the APGP?
Yeah. I think we're going to see the APGP. Well, you see, and let's just be fair. You could build him crit plank, and then when he always falls off in the late game if you get to the late game, because
right.
I mean he's one of them champions that tends to. You build him AP and tanky, and then you have this ridiculous guy that just keeps healing everything. And very obnoxious, but doesn't get very many kills. He gets a lot of assists, though.
Okay. So... Alright.
You can't really do bank plank anymore, unfortunately, because of the gold per item change.
Alright, so now that we actually know our lane matchups, we see the top lane Volibear, which is probably going to be against the Gangplank. I would expect this lane to be probably... Actually, this lane's going to be pretty farm-festy, I would imagine, with... If Volibear doesn't play it right, she's going to get harassed out of lane. But if she just tries to wait for the Crazy Carl Vi ganks, then she should be able to all-in Gangplank pretty easily, because you can't orange a flip and you can't orange the knockup coming out of Vi. So it's very, very possible to see DCB dying from from this lane pressure.
Farming would still be possible though, because Gangplank is technically short range. I mean,
Yep.
his parlay has not is it parlay? No, the other one. I don't know his move names.
Yeah, it's parlay.
But what it has a low cooldown, but it has a cooldown.
Yes. Very true, very true. So long as Volibear goes cloth armor and 5 pots, she should be able to withstand the parlay damage and sustain enough just to ignore him and farm. And she also has her ultimate to rely, or her passive to rely on for early farming and surviving ganks. So Volibear should do reasonably well, and I would actually expect Volibear to be stronger in team fights so long as she builds tanky. She can get directly on top of that Kog'Maw. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
And let's be real. I mean, how close do you really want to get to a Volibear when you're as squishy as Gangplank is early game?
Right.
I feel like he's going to be probably farming more with parlay than he is harassing. I'm sure the harass will happen, but I think there's going to be a lot more farming with it than that.
Yeah, I mean, and so long as she can sustain through the parlay damage, I would expect every time she can make Gangplank parlay her instead of farming, it's a victory, a small victory, because it denies Gangplank gold. All right, so let's talk about other lanes. Let's talk about the jungle matchup. We actually see the jungle Shyvana coming out of Darth Froshi, the legend, versus Crazy Carl's Vi. Do you have any input on this at all?
Vi still has a lot of just like bruiser strength in the jungle, and I think Shyvana's gonna have more trouble than Vi will, because Shyvana's more on the tanky side than on the damagey side than Vi is.
Very, very true. Very, very true. And my problem with Shyvana is, even with the new jungle item that gives her the slow smite, she just does not have a lot of gank pressure right now. Ganking into Lux or Braum lanes is very easy, it's going to be very, very hard for Shyvana to show up and actually facilitate a gank, I feel. So maybe a lot of...
gonna have earlier ganks than her, because Shyvana's one of them junglers where the ganks leave a lot to be desired until they finally hit level 6. Whereas Vi has, I can gap close and punch your face.
Yep, very, very true. I know you don't do a lot of jungling. At least last time I played with you, you were
I secondary as a jungle.
Oh, very cool. I expect in my mind, Shyvana is a very, very strong counter jungler. Do you think that we're going to see, what's his name? Darth Froshi, the legend, trying to counter jungle on the spy? Because I feel like if he runs into Vi, he's going to get messed up.
Yeah, I think he could do it, but he's going to have to be very aware of where Vi is on the map if he tries to do it.
Yep. I think his early duel potential against this Vi is going to be very suspect. Let's move on to this mid lane. We have Lux versus Lissandra. Actually, we don't see a lot of Lissandra mid anymore. She's found a home on the top lane, so this is a pretty interesting home for her to go right now.
Lissandra is very difficult for bruisers. That's why she goes to the top lane. Because top lane is like bruiser central.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
I think Lux is gonna have some issues.
I feel like this is gonna be kind of a farm lane personally. I just think they both have the tools and like the tools to farm from range and not really get harassed out of it very well.
I need to argue that.
Okay.
See, Lissandra is gonna be less mana dependent than Lux is gonna be. So, like, they're gonna farm, they might try to poke, but in the end, I think Lissandra is going to do better. In theory. Now, given who Lux is, I'm sure I'm gonna have that thrown right back.
Well, I mean, not even disregarding the players, why would you say Lissandra is less mana dependent?
Her passive.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. We'll see how that develops. I don't really play the mid lane, so I'm not gonna... My initial impression is a farm lane. Your initial impression is that Lissandra's going to be, disregarding players, is going to be, Lissandra should be able to take an advantage here. And this bot lane, this is the lane I know. We've actually, George P. Burdell is pretty regular on this Kog'Maw. He's pretty good at it. But I feel like Jinx is a pretty rough matchup for Kog'Maw, and Thresh does a really good job of getting on top on Kog'Maw too. If he ever messes up and gets hooked, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Though the person you would have to want to have your back is definitely Braum. And looks like nothing shady's going on, as all the laners kind of spread out into that line of scrimmage. Probably going to be seeing both junglers starting on the double neutral camps. What's up?
I don't actually see a whole lot of invading here since the new jungle started up. I think a huge part of that is that people don't start at the buffs anymore, like the blue or the red.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's so... What you're looking for, I think what you're looking for now has changed. I think you're right, it's because nobody starts at the buffs. I think there's so much...
it's a lot harder because you could start at 2 different points on either side of the jungle, especially if you think that the other jungler might be starting at another point, or that they might assume you'd start at a certain point. You can still, I mean, they have 2 options. They could do the frog or they can do the rocks.
Yep. I mean, and there's also, if you think about it a little bit sideways, before in the previous jungle, you only got level 2 experience off of 2 camps. That was red buff and blue buff. Mm-hmm. So by stealing red buff or blue buff, it was much more detrimental for the enemy jungler. Nowadays, any camp will give you level 2, any camp in the jungle. So stealing a buff is annoying, but it's not as crippling as it used to be.
That's interesting.
So if you
Shyvana is starting at blue.
That is interesting. I feel like that's really gonna hurt her clear, honestly. Jimmy takes the blue at level 1.
Oh, maybe that was planned.
She didn't use her smite, so I'm wondering if this is intentional or not.
It could be intentional.
You
know what? It's because I think they're planning for the whole Lissandra's passive so that Lux can just keep poking her down and then gank side lane.
I actually really like this idea. But the only critique I have for it is if you were planning on doing this from the start, Froshi probably needed to go his Gromp to get that smite passive from the Gromp. Now he's going to be in a lot of trouble trying to get a second camp.
But Lux also came into the lane with extra experience, so they weren't behind and still hit level 2.
Ooh, Hook comes on to Braum. I don't really know if that's who you want to be inviting to Hook City. Alright, so let's see what's going on in these lanes. Jinx is establishing a pretty good CS lead right now, with a 7 CS lead. There we go. I'm looking at items. Most of the sports going Relic Shield, which I really love to see on Braum, and it's actually really nice pickup for the Thresh. It's a great source of sustain for your non-sustained supports, and the Relic Shield is just develops into such a gold efficient item. Braum goes in. Go ahead.
Another hook on Braum. Yeah, I was just noticing that.
Yep.
I think he's about to die, though, if they get one more hit on him. And instead, they're going to poke at Kog'Maw because they can't get to him.
Yep. Definitely not a bad play. I feel like, personally, I would have gone for the flash auto, but they were probably afraid of, no, heal is down. Just a little bit less, they're a little bit less aggressive than I am.
They just used it after they got out of the safe zone, which I find a little strange. If you're already safe, why are you healing?
Yeah, it means they are declaring that they intend on staying to farm, but I don't know if that's correct. Jimmy the Slayer getting the easy kill onto Lissandra here, and nice flash over the wall. Crazy Carl doesn't have his Vault Breaker up, so he's not able to chase just yet. Nice light binding coming down too, completely saving Jimmy the Slayer. That's kind of what you want to see if you're Jimmy. Though Crazy Carl is slinking up for a top lane gank as Volibear goes ham, gets a nice bite onto DCB. Refuses to commit though as Crazy Carl starts charging the Vault Breaker, and Flash Q misses. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the Ignite's going to be it. DCB does go down, pots aren't enough.
Well, meanwhile, the directed camera put in bottom lane, and Jinx is not going to quite get Braum and then die to the tower.
So, one thing, yeah, Jinx just committed for Braum there, leaving Ogre Bard to fight the to fight the Kog'Maw. You don't really want to overcommit for a kill when your support's dying to the AD carry. You need to just focus, and you don't necessarily need kills to win the lane, you just kind of need to get more farm. Oh my
Well, at
goodness.
this point, Kog'Maw is going to start out farming her a little bit. Like, Jinx had the farm lead. They had him scared in their turret. They could have literally kept that lane at the turret and made it hard on Kog'Maw and would have been fine for a while.
Yeah, but one good thing this bot lane has going for it at the moment is Kog'Maw did not push this lane all the way up, so he actually did not deny any farm onto Jinx. And if Rekinator is, it's really hard to do, but he can freeze it right where that minion wave is right now. That's what I would try to do.
Lux is really landing these light bindings.
Yeah, one benefit to having skill shots is if you hit them. Typically, you're doing pretty well in lane. And I would expect nothing less from Jimmy the Slayer. Guy's a monster. Oh,
He just
guys,
got blue and he used the crap out of that. Like, blue then first blood. I think he pretty well earned it there.
Yep. I mean, we're not seeing much pressure coming out of Shyvana, but he's keeping up in farm with Crazy Carl. So despite the slow start, you know what? Totally worth, because he got a kill for free. That's what it comes down to. Up in the top lane, it looks like DCB is going to go. He started Flask and he picked up that Aber Ice Blade, so we're going to be seeing Crit Plank coming down. Not really what I expected to see. Oh my goodness, Soulless
Another
Pizza.
fight of bottom by ganks.
Yep. Hook comes in and George P. Burdell. Flea's down. Oh, there it is. Forces the Zap to miss, though. So by not stacking their CC correctly there, they actually probably saved the President's life. Shyvana slinking in with the flash, going to try to pick up Crazy Carl here, though the Vault Breaker away from the Lantern saves his life. Not sure flash was necessary. Auto's coming in on Darth Froshi. Should be about 2 more, but with that pot chugging away, he's able to just walk out.
He got exhausted as well. I think that contributed a little, but I think Vi was almost out of range by the time the exhaust came in.
Yeah, very, very true.
But that means that Red will not have the exhaust when Blue Team gets back into lane.
Yes, very, very true. I'd really like to see, let's see how much gold Jinx has. She has 875. She really doesn't have our price point to shop, so I can understand them staying right now. DCB looking like he wants to be a dirty, dirty proxier. I don't know if that's what he wants to be right now. Vi is pretty scary, so if she shows up, he's dead. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Jimmy. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't even watching. I think that was just a
I was watching. She caught the Lissandra, and the Lissandra wasn't even bound anymore, but she threw the laser and the
up top, Volibear
boosted
throws
singularity.
DCB. 1 bite, 1, 2, 3. We should be seeing the bite come down. The ult comes down on the Volibear, and she stops chasing. Nice crit there, but Orange as the Ignite comes down. That actually might be enough, as the pot is not. Yep, Minion helps out, gets the last auto in there.
Oranges were not enough.
Yeah, definitely. She could have probably saved her Flash Ignite if she had just committed to the chase earlier. Maybe not the Ignite, but she could have at least saved her Flash if she had chased. But that Ignite was beautiful. Crazy Carl's slinking in the bot lane. Probably not going to go on the Tri-Brush as the Lantern comes down. He's going to try to follow up maybe a Thresh Hook, but it comes out and it does miss. Oh my goodness, this is hard to do. How does Stretch do this? What a machine.
I couldn't do it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Now the exhaust just got used in bottom lane when Crazy Carl came in to gank, but it wasn't really used as effectively as they might have liked it to be. They still didn't get much damage out, but Vi is gonna gank the Lux and an ult, 2 ults to kill the Lux. They do not like Jimmy.
Yeah, well, they got to shut down Jimmy as the Thresh Hook and Flay comes down. The box comes down. It's the double slow, but the excellent shield prevents any autos coming down onto the President. And what happened there? It looks like Shyvana tried to do the follow-up kill. Guys, the gauntlet never, ever works. Don't ever try to run the gauntlet on somebody, because you'll probably just end up giving more kills. Oh, my goodness. So, Rekinator, you really need to shop. Take that Lantern. Thank you, friend. We see a gank maybe coming in on DCB. He still has no vision down. He is playing super dangerous, as he is probably creeping out to put the ward in. But Crazy Carl looks like he's just going to come straight through the lane here. He sets up in Tri-Brush, but he's walking right through a ward. If Am's Dragonfly throws him right now... Nope, not going to do it. Okay. So this Crazy Carl is going to back up. Yeah, this is a nice ward timing. Does get swept out, but did save his life, so that's what you want to see. So,
Hardcore gangster rap. It's not the hardcore gangster rap. It's more like death metal.
Tara likes the hardcore gangster rap. I understand
I'm
now.
totally with. You know what? I'm not even. I don't know what slang is, so I'm not even gonna try. No, it's pretty much like death metal.
Yep. Let's see. What do we got? So in the top lane, despite Am's Dragonfly having 2 kills, she's down 50 CS or 25 CS, which I think is pretty reasonable considering she's against the semi-ranged champion. So how is the actual gold in this lane? 30. DCB's up 400 gold because of his passive, basically. Pretty reasonable, and I expect her to scale better into team fights, assuming she goes tanky. What do we got in the mid lane? Jimmy the Slayer has equal number of kills and is up 25 CS, which equates to a 500 gold lead. That's not terrible considering the caliber Jimmy is. Ninebreaker's putting up a fight right now. So good job, man. Farm's pretty even, though we've seen way more jungle pressure coming out of Vi right now. As oh my goodness, Crazy Carl gets the flash out of Jimmy right there, just by throwing his Vault Breaker out.
Vi is very scary. Have you ever been against an AD Vi?
Nope, because I ban Vi every game.
She will blow people up and then die horribly because she's so squishy. Because she's AD.
I ban Vi in every single game I play. I hate that champion. Because I play a lot of AD carry and I hate getting punched in the face.
And right now I would say Vi counts as AD.
Oh my goodness, this ward timing. Oh, DCB might survive here because Crazy Carl does throw out the ulti though. Nice flash, but I would dive this sucker. There you go. Crazy Carl with the flash excessive force gets him down. Oh my goodness, in the bot lane too. Shyvana's on the map. The concussive blow comes on to Rekinator. The Lux ulti misses because Vi's or Jinx is already dead. This should be a dragon. There we go. I like to see this play. Get that pink ward and go straight for the dragon. I don't know what you're doing, Shyvana. Good job, man. So the question becomes, is it worth giving up the dragon for that kill onto DCB? And I don't know. I didn't catch the start of that fight, so I'm sorry, guys. But this is going to be interesting. First dragon comes down, and that'll be up at 1850 for my notes. Ba-da-da-da.
You know, I don't know that it was. Volibear is still keeping up with DCB, so they could have probably had their jungler down in the dragon area, and Vi is certainly built and capable that they could have contested that dragon.
Yep, I mean they didn't even get a dragon. Like, it's good to oh my goodness, this crit. Volley needs to get more armor. Volley just got taken down probably about a fifth of her HP.
Almost hit her passive, but she still has it.
Yeah, well I kinda at this point would have rather popped my passive right there, because this is one crit and one flash auto from death. Before the full passive even goes off. So this is dangerous. This is very, very, very dangerous. What do you think?
I feel bad for Ninebreaker now. Lux is getting the blues and Ninebreaker isn't.
Yeah, I kind of agree with this play. Ninebreaker, nothing against him, but he hasn't been able to roam. He hasn't been able to put the pressure that you would want on that Lysandra. And honestly, oh my goodness, as the light binding comes in from Jimmy the Slayer, and he just chunks down Ninebreaker. But when your mid laner is having a hard time staying alive in your lane, it's not a bad idea to keep them for yourself and get that extra CDR for your Vi ult. So I agree with this play. Oh my goodness. Alright, so...
Well,
the hook onto Solace Pizza. There's the flay. 1 auto, 2 auto. Just nice dash away onto Kog'Maw. The President's taking a ton of damage. Zap comes in. Does Vi have her ulti? Yes, she does. A couple more of these autos with the... Gets blocked by... Oh my goodness. Mr. President does get the kill with his ult passive there, but if Rekinator had positioned a little bit closer, he could have clicked the Lantern immediately after killing the President. Oh no. Oh no, Ogre Bart, you're in trouble, man. Everybody's there. There's no way you're getting out of this one. Ult comes down, dodges the Lux ulti, gets the hook, drags Froshi through the 5th wall, but it's just not enough.
He definitely made them work for that.
Yeah, he did. Looks like up in the top lane too, DCB definitely managed to finally managed to take out this top tower. Oh man,
I was
this
gonna
is.
say, is I would argue it.
What's up?
The only reason the Lux got ahead, I feel, is because they were able to spam their skills with blue, and I think if Ninebreaker had a little bit of more mana, he might have been able to do some contesting of that.
Yeah, Crazy Carl coming in the mid lane trying to counter gank, gets the excessive blow onto Darth Frosty, but Ninebreaker's not in a position to help right now. Ult is up, and Lux has no mana, so that would have been a great time for Ninebreaker to try to get forward, maybe even commit that flash on the Lux. Just couldn't quite get into range though.
I don't think with what he had that even his full rotation would have taken a Lux out completely.
It's true, but I feel like with the excessive force plus that, the full combo from both champions, there is a chance. But I understand also saving your abilities. DCB kind of chasing down Crazy Carl right now. The Vault Breaker misses, and there we go. There's the excessive force. The flip should be coming in. There's 1-2, and the bite. Oh my goodness, the chomp comes in and takes Vi down first. DCB, despite getting heavily ganked, is a monster right now. Also, I don't know what he's building.
Vi is still a little on the squishy side. She's built damage to start with, which is it's nice for clearing the jungle, but she's not that tanky bruiser that we all know Vi can be.
Yeah, I mean it's oh my goodness, Ogabar gets caught out trying to put a ward down. Nice flame chompers and manages to catch the whatever the Q is out of Braum. Nice rocket comes down, but the exhaust saves George P. Burdel's life. Good exhaust timing right before the rocket comes out. Holy moly. M's Dragonfly trying to take out the tower. Gets it down, but I don't know if she can win this fight. Bite comes down. Ignite is not enough. Dangerous Game is a stupid ability. Ooh,
Ignite was
mind.
enough.
I'm sorry, guys. I saw that huge health gain, but Ignite is amazing. So Am's Dragonfly managed to trade her life alone, but she lost her spree. So gold-wise and map pressure-wise, it was worth it, but just not what you want to give this gameplay.
Yeah, you're just gonna give DCB more gold, and apparently he's about to build Phantom Dancer and something else, or just have that for the health regen, maybe.
He could also, instead of Phantom Dancer, he could be going for like the Trinity Force, and he picks that up to go into his Infinity Edge that he's going.
It's a lot of half items.
It is a lot of half items, but I think he can afford it at the moment. Crazy Carl trying to get an angle onto Jimmy the Slayer. Nice flash command out of Jimmy there, but does get away. Hook comes out in the bot lane, does catch a minion, a little unfortunate. Let's see, looks like our Volibear friend has decided enough is enough. He's tired of trading on this GP and wants to get some map pressure down. So, oh my word. That was just a light bind, like the full combo out of Lux just kind of killed him. Ninebreaker, if you see that coming, just ult yourself. It's better to live and not have your ulti there.
It's true, and it looks like he looks like he went for a Rod of Ages, which is gonna make him tankier. But on a Lissandra, I think maybe the Hourglass would have been a little more beneficial, because it's pretty much like you have something for yourself or for others. I think that I've seen so many Lissandras that do that. There's no reason not to quickly have an Hourglass.
So I'm looking at this bot lane fight to see what happened to poor Rekinator, and it looks like he ate the full concussive blows. Braum got a max range Q, and then the President just followed up. That was just really good play out of the bot lane. Nice committal. That's what I love to see as an ADC main or as a support main. Crazy Carl trying to get this blue buff. Soulless Pizza wants to commit. Looks like it's going to be a fight. Box comes down. Crazy Carl left alone. Jimmy the Slayer throws the ulti out. Rocket gets blocked by the Braum shield. Darth Frosty, though, goes in with the Dragon Rage. And Dragonfly there catches the denting blows. George P. Purdell gets a Flame Chomper. He might actually be the first member of Blue Team to go down. He is. Ams is going to go for the Soulless Pizza. Gets the flip down. Doesn't have the bite, though. Jimmy catches him with the light binding, and he goes down. But they're not. They might be able to do Dragon, but it's pretty dangerous with Pizza and Frosty so low.
I don't think they have it to take this dragon unless Lux comes in and tanks, and it looks like Lux is going to do that.
Yep, I mean, it's definitely the correct decision to try to do this. It's just they have to execute it well or they're going to lose 2 members. And I'm glad to see they are doing it well. I would expect nothing more from Jimmy the Slayer. Dude's a monster. I don't know if you know the legend, but Darth Frosty is the man that tried and tried and tried and finally got his first win last time we cast, and he might get his second win now. I think he was like 0-7 at one point on the stream games.
Poor guy. No, I had a moment where I was trying not to laugh, where, like, you know, you got the support under the turret, desperately trying to stop the AD carry from taking out the turret.
Yeah, that's a little awkward as a support. Up in the top lane, DCB has recognized that he is amazingly strong and can almost 1v1 anybody, so he's just running around shooting everybody in the face. Am's gonna put a ward in the tri-brush and try to scare DCB away. At least give Crazy Carl some protection. Oh my goodness gracious, man. In this
Apparently
mid...
they like the Tetris music.
Oh, yes? Tetris music is okay. Is okay. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I'm sorry, someone sent me a thing. So, what do we got going on right now? Oh my goodness, what happened in the mid lane? I had the alt tab.
I don't know. I missed it. It for some reason directed camera decided that it was better to watch DCB farm.
Fair enough. Let me rewind and take a minute to look at this.
I'm
Please
gonna
keep
rewind myself. All right.
Okay.
So they got the dragon. And they move back up here. Nine Breaker's at half health here. That's where I'm sitting at. Here.
Okay, yeah, he catches the E. Crazy Carl goes in, commits. Ninebreaker feels like he has to back him up. Jimmy the Slayer just lands a really, really nice ulti there, and gets the kill with his ignite. So that's a nice 2-for-1. Nice play coming out of Jimmy there. Oh my goodness, this is getting brutal. Maybe Ninebreaker didn't have to commit there. Have you seen, not to be too critical, but I don't think I've seen Ninebreaker use his ult once this game.
I've seen them use it when they got Lux under tower.
Okay, I mean, it's not, I'm not trying to be critical, I just haven't caught it. George P. Burdell catches the hook. Nice flay onto the Flame Choppers, and the exhaust comes down to try to protect Reckonator. Yeah, nicely done, guys. Jinx is the champion you want in a team fight. As the hook comes into Darth Frosty, nice flay backup. These rockets are going crazy. Dragon's Rage is not enough to get away from that final rocket, too. We could be seeing the mid lane tower go down here if they play their cards right. Though the TP comes in from GP, DCB says enough is enough. I'm here to join the fray. Lux has her ulti up too, so they need to be careful. Soulless Pizza gets flipped. Oh my word! That rocket with the parlay follow-up takes out Jinx. DCB is probably going to be fast enough to walk away from this star. Oh my goodness, Lux. So DCB flashes away. The ult comes in straight onto Lux. That's probably what they needed right there at the critical moment. Lux gonna just get piled on. That dog pile was crazy. Tower should still go down, even though everyone is back alive.
I don't believe it does. Anyway, we're going to want to fast forward because you got all that after I already did.
Oh.
I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, geez,
you were doing
sorry.
so well.
I did not. I thought I went all the way live. My bad, guys.
I had to hit it twice. For some reason, that button is kind of finicky. I had to hit it twice to get back to live.
So you used your foreknowledge to just... crafty Tear. Crafty. Tear's a cheater, guys. In case anybody was confused.
I'm just a dirty liar and an anime watcher.
Yeah, I think most of our fans are anime watchers, though, so it's okay. Crazy Carl, they did not manage to defend this mid lane. I do not know... We see a 6k gold lead, and that is huge at any point in the game. Jimmy just throwing out this poke right now. This is what we call going fishing, guys, when you have a Lux or a Morgana. You just throw the Qs out, see what hits, and as soon as you see it, just put your combo down. You don't care. Oh my goodness. The Ogre Bard comes in with the flash play. The Vault Breaker lands on 2 people, but it's... Ham's Dragonfly goes down, follow-up damage, catches out 2 other members. And this is just ridiculous. This AoE damage coming out from the Lux. Double binding? What was that? Oh my goodness. Ninebreaker George, the President, flashes forward to get the final damage onto Lissandra. 2 towers for none. This is crazy. Dragon coming up in a minute and a half. If they shop right now, get their wards, they could have Dragon in a minute and a half. You can't go wrong as blue team here. That gold lead that I was just talking about was 6k is now 10k, and I do not care. What do you do from this position as red team to come back?
Turtle.
Turtle? That's really hard. That's really hard to do against the Lux, so that's the problem.
See, that's the thing is if they want to catch the Lux, they really like Lux needs to do what Lux isn't doing, which is to be reckless and alone, and Lux hasn't been doing that. Though she might be right now to farm alone in mid there.
Yes, they did. Blue team, we didn't mention it, does have a really nice pick comp with the Lissandra ulti, the Vi ulti, and the Thresh hooks. If for example, Jimmy, oh my goodness, as the AMS does try to catch him, the hook comes down. We should be seeing a flay right into the bear. There it is, the double.
There she is, alone.
Yep. This is what they need. I might even Baron off this. DCB is pushing top lane. You know where he is. Lux is not in a position to do anything. Jinx is one of the fastest Baron takers in the game, but she's bot lane for some reason. This is crazy. Pause comes in. So Braum reconnects. Hopefully this pause will end really quick.
A huge hunk of their gold is on Lux and Gangplank, so taking out one or the other of them does improve their odds.
Yes, very, very true. We do see the tank stats finally coming into Crazy Carl and AM's Dragonfly. I guess both just wanted a little bit of damage before they committed any further.
That moment when you're backing in the bush and the enemy walks by and you just hope they don't walk in.
Oh no. Darth Frosty gonna catch the... Oh my word, I did not realize that interaction happened. Darth Frosty just goes down. So apparently when Vi punches you as you're entering Dragon's Descent, you stop immediately. Because what we saw there was... Oh my goodness, DCB just kind of murders Rekinator with a single crit. Rekinator should die. Does flash the Braum ulti, but the concussive blow doesn't even go off as he just falls over.
They're picking these people off really well.
Yeah. Well, Rekinator did not need to be down there. They needed to be together as 5. Ogre Bar trying to get some vision down and just kind of catches all the damage in the world. GP should be able to pop his W and take him down. As we see, Orange's parlay. Oh my goodness. Oh, nice hook to save his life, but the GP puts his hand in the air and gets 300 gold. Like that's ridiculous.
That is.
AM's Dragonfly doing the correct thing right now, recognizing they can't stop the dragon. Too many people are down, so she's trying to get some pressure on this top lane. She may not get it because of Shyvana, but definitely the right move right now. I'm just looking at it. Red team's in a tough situation because they have to try to... What is going on in this mid lane? DCB, Lissandra, I don't know why you were that far forward. DCB at this point is so strong he can take anybody 1v1, especially if he gets the initiative. But, oh my goodness, Crazy Carl also taking a bunch of crits from GP. Braum might just decide to go for this. Yeah, there's the parlay, gets this concussive blows. Lux ulti's gonna miss. George Peeperdale walks forward, tries to get a final auto. It's not quite enough damage, but this I expect this tower is gonna be going down soon. Crazy Carl has to back. If he stays, he's crazy.
Well, you know, he is Crazy Carl.
He is. Oh my goodness, Jimmy the Slayer catches a hook, but no one's there to follow it up. This is the ideal time to team fight. It's a 45. Shyvana's in the top lane doing goodness knows what. Jungling. Stop jungling, Frosty. Stop it. No, you got towers to kill.
Great
Braum. Yeah, oh, nice racket comes in. Hits on 2 members, and AM's Dragonfly is trying to go for it. The president caught it. Walk into the bush. He might survive. Kog'Maw's really, really fast in that passive too. Oh my goodness, as the Lux ulti comes in. AM's had overextended there trying to chase down the 2 low members and just got kited out by DCB's damage. Crazy Carl misses the W, or misses the Q and decides to back up after seeing what happened to... Oh my goodness. Ninebreaker did not catch the memo though. Those two are kiting masters.
I feel like at the point where Jinx accidentally walked into the ult and died, that's when they really needed to back up to the turret and not keep chasing those low guys.
Yep, definitely a little bit of an overcommittal right there. Crazy Carl, you do not want to wave clear like that. That tower is not worth your life, friend.
Just, Lux is notorious for kiting with that low, delicious looking HP, and then, oh, you're stuck.
Well, between her shield, GP has a speed up with his raise morale, and then her just Lux's, you know, her slow and her peak. It just wasn't gonna happen. There's no way. Oh my goodness, this game is out of control right now. We see a 15K bleed.
I feel bad. Thresh is landing some really, really good hooks. The problem is that, like, it's a trap for just about everyone now. Oh, look, I got this person. Now, well, squishy guys, come forth and get killed.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some good plays. It's, like, the bot lane, the Jinx is still ahead in farm on this Kog'Maw. The bot lane put up a really good fight in this bot lane. There was some, oh my goodness, Darth Roshi decided to tower dive right there, just kind of goes down. The president himself is just a machine gun flashes the buy knockup, but gets ulted. But Crazy Carl's in a bad spot. Oh my goodness, as he just gets autoed 1-2. Kog'Maw is the tank melter. Ogabar comes down. I don't know if you want this fight, Rekinator. DCB is still there, takes him down. Oh my goodness. Lissandra has to back. They could lose 2 towers here, because I do not think anybody can do anything about it. We have a 20-second death timer on Thresh. 1 inhibitor going down. They might even be able to go straight for the game right now. Probably safer to go for this top lane turret, as, yeah, DCB is going up there for it. And looks like the President's going to back up and maybe heal off this bot lane wave. Whew. Anything about that fight catch your interest there?
It was a very messy engage. I think they let themselves get lured too far away from the turret.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, they kind of committed after killing the Shyvana, but Shyvana's not important right now.
Realistically, item-wise, what I'm looking at is that red team has tankier people, and if they had forced the blue team further into the turret, they might have done better.
Oh my goodness, this fishing is real coming out of Lux right now. She just throws down a little bit of her combo and takes out Crazy Carl. Jimmy, why are you so strong, dude? So red team's in a really tough spot. Their inhibitor base, or their inhibitor line, has been cracked. They have at this point, we'll call it a 20k gold lead on the blue team. Third inhibitor's going to go down, guys. I don't think there's a way for this to come down, or a way for red team to come back at this one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that was just kind of there were some sloppy team fights that red team could have won. They overextended in a couple of weird spots. One Nexus tower goes down, Ninebreaker just dies. And other than, they put some pressure on some wrong spots on the map at different stages in the game and lost more than they gained. Other than that, I feel like red team could have won this game if they had just been a little bit better about their rotatos across the map.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, bottom lane I think pretty well had it. I don't think their red team's bottom lane really needed an